What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader here to help you understand the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. Guys, right away, I know you're listening to this microphone. It's absolutely horrible, but it's what I've got right now. It's what I'm able to do. I'm currently in Kansas City visiting my daughter, my oldest, and anyway, this is what I've got to be able to make a video. So with that said, no Sunday night charts tonight. There won't be any this week, but I'm going to try to put out a couple videos this week as updates along the way. Hopefully one tonight, definitely, and then maybe one on Tuesday as well. Maybe tomorrow night. We'll see what the market does tomorrow. So, all right, with that said, let's jump into the analysis in place of Sunday night charts. Don't forget, I'm not here to give you financial advice, just showing you what I see in the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. That said, let's jump in. All right, so I got a big pump today. Obviously, everybody's looking at the news pump from the crypto president, who basically, I mean, that's the how do I say it? That is the reason everybody is pointing to for the pump. Guys, we knew this pump was coming. The market dumps and pumps. We saw this dump down to the $80,000 range. We were looking at 88 first, 87 first, and then got a deeper wick. So now what? What is the structure? Well, as a wave analyst, we're looking at the structure, saying, okay, this looks very much three wave-ish. Okay, that looks very much three wave-ish, and if it's a reversal, then we got an initial wave coming. You look for some kind of pullback and continuation. It may be shallow. It may go up very fast. It could go up in a choppy way, but look for pullbacks and continuation. That's if it's bullish. Now, there is a way that this is bearish. Okay, we talked about 4 different counts over the last Sunday night charts. So let's talk about those 4 counts and just talk about what's at stake here and what could be at play. So don't get too excited. Let's look at the wave structure. Okay, first off, we're looking at this as a 1 and a 2. We're looking at 3, 4, and that's 5. Okay, we're looking at that as a diagonal. That is either one of 2 things it could be. It could be an ending diagonal, or it could be a leading diagonal. Okay, so I said 4 counts. Now we're down to 2 counts because we basically we invalidated one of the counts that we had by this move down. So I think this is very clear now that looks like a diagonal. It's 5 waves to the downside. Now what? Either it's ending something or beginning something. So here's the bullish idea. If this is ending something, this is A and B, and there's C, okay? And that means we are now on our way, and it's about to get on. It's about to get going. We're about to get the 100 and whatever K target we've been looking for, hopefully, right? I'm not so convinced of that, but it's possible. But so that's a count we can look at. Okay, what else could it be? Well, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's a leading diagonal. In which case, this right here is going to give you 3 waves back to the upside, followed by more downside. So that still puts us in a range where we pull back and continue for 3 waves. Now that could take any number of shapes, what I just drew right there, okay? But nevertheless, we look for 3 waves on the higher time frame, and then a move back up. And that would get everybody excited for continuation, and then they would pull the rug on you. Down we go. And that would be a leading diag followed by a 3-wave pullback and then down. Okay, so that's the bearish look. You say, Jim, with all the news that we just had, how in the world can you be bearish? Well, number one, I'm not bearish and I'm not bullish. I'm just neutral, right? I'm just looking at wave structure. And what we know is that news comes out when it's convenient to give an excuse for the chart. The chart needed to pump and take a bunch of people out. Anybody that was looking for another target to the low, I was actually looking for another hit to the low, got stopped out, okay? of that trade, and then it moved up so fast you couldn't catch it if you weren't in from lower targets. Okay, so if it moved up on you and you weren't in that trade, then from the bottom lows, then you missed the trade. Okay, because it didn't even give you a real pullback that made any sense. So yeah, and the news that came out today, the tweet that came out was obviously shows that this market pump was planned. We could see it in the chart beforehand. We knew it was coming. Just didn't know what fashion it would go up. You knew it would go up quick, but man, I didn't know it wouldn't give you any kind of pullback at all. So we got a V shape, and that's good. That's good. And so the bullish idea is that we get some kind of three wave and continuation. Okay. There will be shenanigans. Okay. We could come deep, and then go, and continue on. Or the bearish idea is that we go up in three waves. Okay. Retest the highs. Could even take the high out if it wanted to, and then come down and take the lows, okay, and keep going, and it gets bearish. You say, Jim, how could it be bearish with the news today? Well, something else, like for instance, let's just say over the next month here. So we get over the next couple of weeks, we get some kind of sideways chop, which is to be expected, right? We had a major move back to this level, and now we're probably going to experience chop in here. So the way I would draw this on the chart would be some kind of slow and methodical boom, boom, hit the low, okay, something like that. So we're going to be playing in here in price more than likely. Now, that's going to be when you get in here, it's going to be do or die. Is it going to go up, or is it going to roll over and come down? So anyway, for the next several weeks, you get some kind of ranging in price. Okay, and then could be that our Senate or our House of Representatives, our government, let's just say, puts a squash, maybe a bill that's introduced for crypto and a Bitcoin reserve that our president wants to develop. Maybe it gets halted or moved back. Like, in other words, that would be a negative news. Right now, it's positive news that, hey, he wants to do a Bitcoin reserve, but he can't just arbitrarily do it. We need legislation and amendments to our Constitution that's going to allow us to do that. Right now, our money is based on fiat currency and gold. Okay, that's our legislation is what governs that. They have to change the legislation in order to crypto. So what could probably happen is you get some kind of bullishness, and then all of a sudden bad news comes in at the right moment. Hey, our government said no go on that, and then all of a sudden the markets just tank, right? So that is a way that the markets could tank, and yet this still looks really bullish right now. So I would guess my main idea right now is I'm looking for some kind of a three-wave correction at minimum, or it could pump and give us our highs. Okay, it could go up and give us our 145 target like we've been talking about for a while now. It could go up and pump and give us our last wave. I'm not so sure about that, to be honest with you, because the size of this wave is just too big. It looks too big. So I would be more inclined to this being a leading diagonal personally, and then looking for a three-wave pullback to retest the highs, and then take out the lows, especially if bad news comes in from our government. Of course, that it's going to come in a way that's going to sweep you out like it did today. It screwed up a bunch of shorts today, so it'll screw up longs when it's time. But we need time for the market to go sideways and create structure. Okay, so structure has to be created in here. So I imagine that this is going to begin to oscillate and go sideways for quite a bit. Okay, before it goes up, and it could get complex, come down, up like that, before it comes down or continues to the upside. Okay, so there's any number of suggestions there of price action that could happen. All right. If price goes straight up for some reason, instead of getting oscillation in here, if price decides to continue straight up, okay, I would be looking for a spike to 120, between 120 and 145, okay, relatively quickly with a V shape coming all the way back down, at least to the breakout, and then playing around with continuation down the road later. Look for reversal later. Okay, so we're nearing the end of this wave. That's what I'm saying here. We're nearing the end of the wave on the 3-day chart. Okay, what I'm seeing here is that this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is 5, and 5 is finished. I don't think that this is, personally, it just looks out of sorts that this is a wave 4, and we're looking for another wave 5. It could be, that might be. I could be wrong that it's not. It totally could be 1, 2, 3, a really deep 4, and a 5. It hasn't broken any rules necessarily. I'm just looking at the proportionality of it, and I just don't like it. Okay, so I think it's possible, okay, that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5, and it finished. Okay, it finished, and now we have a leading diag. This is going to play around in here with more downside later on. Okay, that's what I'm thinking, but again, it doesn't matter what I think, because it totally, we could get that pump to the upside, and we get that final blow off top, and we get a throw over. Okay, it's what we call in a diagonal, we get a throw over where price moves up and out of the channel that it's in, and it throws over. Okay, gets that 145 target I've been talking about, and then comes back down. Okay, so that is totally, that wave right there, totally possible, and that's a real bullish. But it's the last wave, and it'll catch a lot of people off guard potentially if they're not ready for the 145 level. Okay, that's the way I'm looking at the market, guys. You know, there's other ways to look at it. There is hidden bullish divergence here on the small time frame. Boom, boom. On the 3-day, I should say. That's not small time frame, it's high time frame. The 3-day chart is showing hidden bull. That's really good. That's powerful. That's talking, you know, to the upside. So yeah, there's a lot of bullishness here. I just want you to be contingent and say, hey, that the bullish count looks good. Look for a pullback and continuation. That would be great. That would be ideal. But just watch out for the possibility here. Watch out for the possibility that was a leading diag, and we just get some kind of some 3-wave move here that comes down. Okay, and then we get the multi-year bear market that I've been talking about for quite a while. Okay, now it doesn't mean we go straight down. I mean, we would probably go down fast, you know, for the first leg, you know, boom, boom, something like that, and then we would work slow and more methodically back to the upside, you know, followed by something down, just like this, something like that, right? But bigger. It'd be bigger than that. Why? Because this was an intermediate wave on the big move, right? So we'd be looking for a much bigger structure, much bigger structure. It'd take a lot longer. So price then wouldn't come down immediately. It would take a lot longer to develop. It would come way out here for 4 or 5 years, okay, making waves, something like that, right? And it would end up being 3 waves. We'd look for some kind of bottom, and then, you know, around 20K, anywhere from 15 to 20K. Ideally, that's an ideal world, and then we look for reaccumulation. Okay, look for reaccumulation, and then continuation into the next decade. Okay, that's once the dollar dies. Once this is, as Bitcoin starts chopping up, moving up fast, the dollar is going to be dying. It's going to inflate as it relates to the dollar, because the dollar will be dying, the US dollar. So all that's going to take time to develop, right? But in the meantime, the US, if we're going to build a reserve, a Bitcoin reserve, do you think we're going to buy Bitcoin at these levels? Absolutely not. They're going to tank it. They have to tank it, and they're going to soak up Bitcoin at lower prices so they can build that reserve at lower prices. Okay, so I'm pretty confident of that, and there's going to be a massive move to the downside. I think it's possible that we are already in process to the downside, that this is actually just a pullback on a big move to the downside. Looking for 3 waves, looking for this to develop into 3 and then down. That was bearish. Looking for a pullback and then continuation. That's bullish. Okay? There you go, guys. Those are my ideas. That's all I've got for you here. I tell you what, let's take a peek at the Ethereum chart and the XRP chart, and just see what they're looking at as some correlation, and then we'll call it a night. And I hope this analysis helps you guys. All right, so looking at XRP. Sorry, there we go. All right, XRP. So, yes, we got a massive pump today, and it pumped against Bitcoin. So there's a possibility here that this is a wave one, and that's three-wave pullback, and this is going to be some kind of a pullback and continuation, and it's just going to get up. It's going to get up and move here. It's going to get going soon. Okay, so that's a real possibility, and this could take us up to $8, $9, $10 range. Okay, even higher than that. So that's a real possibility. So this could have been a three-wave move right there. Boom, first wave up, three-wave pullback, and now here we're going. Right, get a pullback and go. That's bullish, right? But the bearish look says, hey, listen, this is three waves. We had an initial wave down. We had three-wave retracement. Now we're looking for more downside, and more downside is coming. So that's a possibility. That's the bearish wave structure. And so only time will tell, right? So we're looking for some kind of a pullback and then continuation. That's the bulls. And then what you're going to see is a three-way pullback, fake outs, new lows, fake outs, maybe even hit the high, and then lows created if it's bearish. So, all right, guys, that's XRP. So you got bearish and bullish looks there. Again, looking for some kind of on the 12-hour, on the 4-hour chart, look for a three-way pullback with continuation. That's the bullish idea. That's what we want. But watch out that we don't get something down where this is just something bigger to the downside. Okay. All right, Ethereum. What's Ethereum showing? My computer's real. I'm on my laptop, guys, and my microphone is horrible, and I'm aware of it, and I'm so sorry. But and also the screen is not very big. So, all right. So with Ethereum, what's interesting is that we've broken. We're breaking. We're playing on this line here. We broke this low here, right? We had three waves down, three waves up, right? And now what? Boom, boom. See, I don't know. I don't like this bottom, except this could be some kind of three-wave back up. It pumps, and then we get another three-wave down like that. That could be real bearish. So if we get a pump, it looks like it's going, and then it rolls over and comes down, and that would be boom, 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 and that gives a buy signal later on, maybe. Okay. Otherwise, we find support here. Okay, if we find some support here, okay, we look for upside. The problem is that I don't have a real good count. This could be some kind of a flat. I don't like that wave for 5 waves, but it doesn't look finished. It doesn't look great, and I'm not a fan, to be honest with you. But it could be some kind of a 3-wave, boom, boom, boom. And as long as we get up and start moving, okay, that we could get real bullish here. And we get a wave like this, and we come up and we finish what looks to be an Ethereum diag. That Bitcoin's already finished. Now it's time for Ethereum to do its thing. So the ETH BTC chart would be pumping. Okay, and we'd see $8,000 Ethereum if this thing starts pumping here. So we'll watch the wave structure over the next couple of weeks in here, but this is a potential decent buy zone if we get that kind of a move. It's totally possible, but all the other crypto needs to move with it, right? It needs to pump with it. So yeah, it's possible. It really is, but this structure has to, finish playing out. It doesn't look finished. I'd like to see that and then that. That would look nice. So we go up, we fake out to the downside, and then we pump. That would be good. That would look right. It would look finished. It would look clean. All right, guys, there it is. When I get back to Michigan later on in the week, I will do my best to do a live stream, maybe midweek or something, maybe on Thursday or Friday. Thursday, maybe. But in the meantime, I'll see if I can get a video out between tomorrow or Tuesday, just an update on what the wave structure is doing. But I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon. I think we're going to range for a little while. We're going to play with the top. We're going to play with a corrective structure. Play around at the top of the range, and then we're going to pull back in some longer, larger correction that's going to take a week or two. So don't be FOMOing in, wait for the structure to develop. That would be my guess. So, all right, guys, if you need help along the way, you want some daily analysis and daily ideas for Bitcoin, come into the Discord. Love to have you in there. If you need to learn how to trade, I've got a mentorship. Love to have you. Love to teach you how to trade one-on-one. So anyway, with that said, I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Enjoy the rest of your night, and be careful in this high volatility market, guys. Be careful. Have a good one.